friends, this is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in West Des Moines, Iowa. I'm here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
How is everybody tonight?
So we have Tony, who's already shared, which we love.
You know, anyone who wants to share or like the video, it helps us so much, and we super appreciate that.
We got Chris Robinson and Mary Harris and Chris Niebaum, Angie Latham, Karen, Patty, Pam.
Welcome, welcome. We are so glad you guys are here.
Sherry Stewart is back again tonight.
Yay,
Thanks
it's
for
good to
joining us
see you.
again.
Hooray.
Yeah.
And Orly is here. Yay. We had so much fun at the Stamp Camp this weekend, and I'm waiting for all the demos. There's 13 different demos to give me their links to their unlisted YouTube video, and then I'll be sending all of you that participated, well, not participated, but bought the suite so you had access to it. I'll be sending you a link with all of the videos, the live videos. So that should be coming soon. I think we're just waiting for one more person. But here is the card we have tonight. This is, I think it's a unique Fun Folds. We didn't get it from anywhere. Maybe I saw it someday back in the past. I don't know. But it opens up like this. Isn't that fun? It's a great way to use up your designer series paper. It's easy. And your recipients, I think, will think it's cool. So I hope you like it as well. So we will get started here in a minute. I do have, I do 4 stamp camps a year, 3 with Creativity Abounds and 1 with Fun Folds and More. And my next one is Fun Folds and More. So everything is Fun Folds. So if you are a fan of Fun Folds, we go from simple Fun Folds like this to more extravagant Fun Folds. I was looking to see if I have one sitting right here ready. But if you're a Fun Fold fan, the suite we're using is a Lovely Garden. It is an online exclusive. It goes up for sale for customers March 1st. And the suite for everything. In fact, I have the whole suite. Should I show that? I'll show that next week. It's $95 to buy the whole suite. And then you get to do the Stamp Camp and tutorials and card kits and all that stuff for free.
I just want to hear you say Fun Fold fan 3 times fast.
You don't think I can do that?
I bet you could.
So do you guys have time for us to chat a minute? It's not going to take too long to make the card. I have to tell you what Steve McCullough did last week. So we were here last Tuesday. Wednesday morning, the fruit truck came for the very first time. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I was all excited to get strawberries. And I was going to go stand in the freezing cold weather, and he's like, no, let me. And what were we going to get? 8 or 10 pounds of strawberries
10
in a
pounds
box?
of strawberries
10
in
pounds.
a great big flat.
Okay. So Steve's like, I have time before I go downtown. I'm going to go do this for you. And I'm like, great.
So I'm in my suit and overcoat, but because, I'm all fancy, I didn't put a hat on because I didn't want to wreck my hair,
You were all fancy?
Yeah.
How fancy were you?
Well, I was business. I was, ready to look like I was doing business.
Okay.
So
you had on a suit and tie.
Suit and tie and overcoat.
And it was 40 below.
Gloves. But I didn't have a hat on, and it was 40 below wind chill. And there was a line, right? And it wasn't a short line. It was a long line. Now, she had warned me that this was really popular.
I didn't know the story was going to be this long. Maybe I better start making the card, and then you can go back to it.
Anyway, so literally, I'm standing in line, and I'm covering my ears because they were going to get frostbite.
So what would a husband do who's standing in the cold, freezing to death to get 10 pounds of strawberries? He's like, no. 10 pounds isn't enough. I'll do extra good, and I'll bring her 20 pounds of strawberries.
I was going to get my money's worth for standing in that line. That's all there was to it. So what do you do with 20 pounds of strawberries? That's the real question.
Yeah. So I read online, have any of you guys done this? I should have gotten an example. I sat there, and with a 1/4 cup of vinegar and a big bowl of water, I washed strawberries for like the whole time James was asleep. And then I put each strawberry, rinsed them, put each strawberry on its stem to dry separately, not touching anything. Dried all day. And then I put a piece of paper towel in a mason jar. So I sterilized all the jars. And then Bree helped me put the strawberries in there. And it's amazing. Like, it's been a week, and they taste like I just got them. So I've been impressed so far. I'll tell you how long they last. Okay.
We're getting lots of good advice on what to do with all these strawberries. Strawberry pie, strawberry jam on ice cream. I'm getting hungry.
You know what I've done so far? I've done plain strawberries. Oh, Wednesday night, the kids, after James is here, a lot of times they have dinner with us. So Ryan went out and got dark chocolate, and I've never done this before, but I dipped the strawberries in dark chocolate, and we had chocolate strawberries. Oh my goodness, were they not?
Really good.
They were so good. I can't wait to do that again.
Doesn't seem to make sense, but the darker, bittersweet chocolate you use to do
tastes better with the sweet strawberries.
Right.
Okay, so here's what I used. Happy birthday, use what happy birthday you have. I'm just going to tell you what I use. The beautiful butterflies. Happy birthday is the sentiment, and I stamped that in Night of Navy. And then the paper and like this die cut, this pocket die cut, that is all from this birthday celebration. And there is this one die cut. It's the peach pie is the die cut. But this card needed a layer. So I'm going to show you how to make the layer. Look how nicely it turned out. This is a really cute set. Okay, so we have measurements and the whole enchilada, don't we, honey?
Yes.
Okay, the card base, I'm going to make this one a different color. Hey, sign up for Prize Patrol. Hashtag Prize Patrol, sending out the cards. By the way, I don't owe anyone any cards right now for Prize Patrol. Yay! So, I'll probably send this tomorrow because it feels way better to not have a backlog of Prize Patrol cards that I owe people. Okay, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is Night of Navy on the original card. It was Old Olive. So I put both on. Yay! Again, I did this a couple days ago. It's almost like I'm organized.
Almost.
Nah, don't go too far. It
if you
can't
do it
last.
too far in advance, then you forget what you did.
Which is exactly what I'm doing. Okay, here's my little thing I made to show how to do the pocket. Okay, so next we're gonna do Wildflower Birthday DSP. And it should be from one sheet. This is actually from 2 different sheets. Don't ask me why. I was making other cards. But with the Wildflower Birthday DSP, you get normal designer series paper. This is from one of my shares, so I have a half a sheet of everything. And then you also get these die cuts. So I divide them up between all the people. And then you get super fun die cuts. This was in the last share. And in these nice pockets. So that's fun. But anyway, back to this. Steve, can you let me know? If you guys have any questions, just ask them in the comments. Okay, so this designer series paper is 5 3/4 by 4. And then you just cut it diagonally, okay? So pretend this is one piece. Oh, you can't tell on the camera. So cut it diagonally, and then you're gonna score a 1/2 inch on both sides. And that is how it's going to go around the cardstock. So 1/2 inch on these 2 sides, okay? This was on my blog this morning, so if you were here to figure out how to make this card, welcome. I'm glad you're here. The next piece of cardstock you need, tonight I'm using Pretty in Pink, and on the original card it's Peach Pie. And this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it is a normal standard layer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna line up, first decide how you want, look, I used the pretty gingham on this. How you want this to go.
Wait, is that the opposite side of the card? Finally, the opposite side of the card gets some play.
Both sides.
Wow.
Yeah, aren't you glad, Steve?
I am so happy for that side of the card. Finally getting to see the light of day.
Do you think cards, it's like you think they're real people.
I think they have personalities, they have hopes and dreams, and
They do.
yeah, they get crushed when they're relegated to the glue side of an attachment.
Okay, so you crack me up, Steve. Okay, so here we go. So on this layer, before you attach it to the Night of Navy, you're going to attach it here. He keeps pointing. I feel like I have to lean over. We need this camera to come this way, Steve. I can't make a card like 3 feet in front of me. I'm not the tallest. I don't know if we've met in real life.
All you had to do is make a request of production, and they would have done that for you.
Okay. Should I send a memo?
Yeah.
Dear production, my arms aren't that long. Please bring the camera out closer to me. Okay, so this 1/2 inch piece, I'm just holding it on there so that the glue dries. And now I'm going to glue the other side on. This would have been a good time to tell your strawberry story.
So, production, send a memo, then you'll get a cost quote and several
it costs me money.
optional times when it could be scheduled.
Okay. Well, that is good to know. So I don't know if you can tell, but when you put these on, you're going to get these little tails sticking up at the top. Okay? That's part of the deal. It's okay. So we are going to hope that took long enough for the glue to hold, and we're just going to snip off this part that's showing here. Barely any is showing. Okay. So now we have this part of the card done. And now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this whole thing onto the card base. So tell me what is going on. What are you guys excited about now? We are excited that it seems more like spring. We got to walk outside the other day.
Yeah, it was 60 degrees here in Des Moines today. And it smells like spring out there. You know what else? Today I heard the cardinals singing very loudly for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
So there is hope we're going to survive the winter.
The cardinals are already trying to attract a mate to make little cardinals.
Okay, Sherry is encouraging you. I must say, Sherry, whose side are you on? Are you on Steve's side like Bev is? She is saying, don't forget payment options for the requisition.
Yeah, I mean, I do accept credit cards as well as PayPal and Venmo.
Can I give you a credit card that says Steve McCullough on it?
That would be kind of self-defeating.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the white piece. This is 3 3/4 by 5. I just keep going down by quarters. But before we glue this on, we have to do the pocket. So this pretty in pink pocket came, I don't know if this is in order, Steve, just be flexible and work with me here. This pocket has, can you see it? It's got the dots. How do I show that? All the way around. Super cute, but no layer. So on this one, we have Old Olive and Peach Pie. So this is Pretty in Pink and Night of Navy. So we are going to, I can't remember this either. We are going to pop it up on Stampin' Dimensionals. But how do you make this? That is the question. So here's the answer. I like to make things easy, so you can make the card over and over again with whatever supplies you have. So here's what you need. A piece of cardstock for this Night of Navy. It started out at 2 3/8 by 3 1/2. And then on the top part, I scored 1/4 inch. That is where the pocket is going to attach to this white, okay? Then you need to get the angle right. You can't have this angle and then have your layer be different. So here's what you do. I took a ruler, or you have a ruler on your glass mat if you have that, and you go up 5/8 inch. So from this corner up to here is 5/8. And on here I put a dot so you could see it. When I actually did it, I just indented, I put an indentation there so I knew where it was. You go up 5/8 on the other side, and then halfway between 2 3/8 is 1 3/16. I know, I hate to do 8s and 16s. I try to keep it in quarters, but in this one you just have to. So basically it's the center point. And then you score or cut between the 1 3/16 up to the 5/8. And when you do this, you get the perfect angle for this die. So think how many things you can use it for, not just this card. How many of you have the birthday celebration set? So what you could do is not do this 1/4 inch if you didn't need a flap, and then you could have a layer for any of your cards for this, okay? So I am going to go ahead and pop this up on Stampin' Dimensionals. I was trying to think what else. So I had a board meeting in Okoboji this weekend. We drove to that. Was that uneventful, Steve?
Well, maybe all of you can help us solve this riddle, but it's become harder and harder to get youngsters to come to camp because they don't want to leave their smartphones or their friends or their social media.
It's our Bible camp in Northwest Iowa.
And so, the question is, can we convince the parents that it's important for their kids to actually detox from that stuff and have a week without it, right?
One of the things we decided during the board meeting is, I guess I can't talk about that. One of the things Steve and I decided is we should write a prescription for teenagers that they need to go to this camp and play outside and swim in the lake and go on the boat and see God's creation and not
laugh with their friends and have real fun rather than get completely anxious, worried about whether somebody's going to like a post. But I'm not, salty about it or anything.
You don't feel strongly about this at all, do you? Okay, so I have popped this layer up on Stampin' Dimensionals, and then I'm just going to center it in the middle of our sentiment layer, and I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to go ahead, just in case I make a mistake. Mary says, isn't there a die in the suite to create your pocket? Yes. This pink pocket was created with the die. There's not a die in the suite to create the layer. And because of the angle, I just thought it would be better to show you how we figured out how to do that. Okay, so this happy birthday, I am just going to center it and pretty close to the top. I just don't want it to be seen.
Unless they lift up the flap.
Unless they lift up the flap. Thank you for finishing my sentence.
Well, you finished mine, so.
Use whatever.
It's just payback.
Use whatever happy birthday you have. Are there other questions? Kimberly, do you find parents don't make the effort to get the kids there? Well, it's interesting. Our camp, you can go as a high schooler by yourself, but most of the camps, it's family camps. There's 7 weeks of family camp.
And our family camps are growing. So when parents are taking their kids there and they're going with them, that's all the rage. We've got lots of people wanting to do that.
That's what we did. We took our kids every summer for 25 years. And we just thought it was very important. And I remember one of the first summers, just them playing wiffle ball and not having a TV and not having all the distractions and how good it was. And then we just made it a priority and went every year. So I do care deeply about the camp. Being a board member is not my cup of tea, but I care about the camp so much. Okay, so you have this flap covering your sentiment. And then we're just going to glue it into the card. So really, this could not be easier, but I'm hoping it's coming up a little bit. Shh, don't tell anyone. It'll be fine.
I didn't see anything.
It'll be fine. I just sometimes try to hurry before the glue's actually dry. Don't do that at home. Do what I say, not what I do, right? And I know you guys make beautiful cards and have so many ideas. I learn from so many of you, and I appreciate that. I mean, how many times have you sent me a card and then a couple weeks later I'm on here showing everyone how to make it? I love that we can just share ideas and learn from each other. Okay, so the flaps go in however you want them to go in. That goes down, and then we just need to decorate it. This is die cuts, again, that you get with the DSP. And I have die cuts ready for this, and I hope they're still in this envelope, because they were. Oh, here they are. Yay. I love it when a plan comes together. So this one has flowers. This one, I've been trying to make more birthday cards because I want to send more birthday cards this year. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cupcake down flat, and then I'm going to pop up the flowers kind of over the other section.
So I have a question for y'all. Have you ever had nothing bundt cake with the cream cheese frosting on it?
Do you guys have those where you are?
It is wonderful.
We went there today, and we got a carrot cake bundt cake. But guess how much of it we ate? We did not eat any of it. My father is 86 years old today. His name is Glenn, and it is James's middle name. He was named after my father. And he has norovirus. My mom and dad have both been sick since, well, my dad got it first and then my mom. So dad's been sick since Friday.
Birthday, right?
So he spent his 86th birthday in quarantine. And I asked if I could bring him lunch or I could bring him dinner, and they were like, no. And then we were out late this afternoon, and I said, can I bring you cake? And they wanted one mini buntlet to split between the two of them. So we went over and dropped it off. And hopefully that made their day. Mom did call after we started this video, so we'll have to call them after Joy Club. When we get done with this, we have Joy Club for another hour, and then I will call my parents, because I think they're just calling to say thank you for the carrot cake. But it was hard to not want our own, wasn't it?
It was. But you know what? We decided, it's right next to our gym where we go to work out, so we just got done working out, and there's something about completely wasting your workout by immediately eating bundt cake, you know?
We look at these things differently. To Steve, it would be wasting the workout. To me, I'm thinking maybe I earned it from the workout. Oh, you like lemon raspberry?
Oh,
you know, someone else told me that was their favorite.
That's a good one.
Okay, so I am just putting a sprinkle of embellishments on here. These are the sparkle gems from the annual catalog. Again, use whatever you have. I do think everything's cuter with a little sparkle on it. Okay, so in order, we have card number 1 that you can choose if you win Prize Patrol. This is an Old Olive and Peach Pie card, and then this one is the Night of Navy and Pretty in Pink. And, you know, they're both birthday cards. So, either way, you get a birthday card. So, do you want to go ahead and do the Prize Patrol?
Yes.
I think this is Mom calling a second time. Yep. I'm going to have to, maybe you'll have to go call when we get done here, Steve.
I'll do that.
So, 20 people in Prize Patrol. The chances are pretty good. You can win once a month. The people who already won this month are Karen Cruz, Karen Kozlowski, and Melanie Foy. So everyone except the 3 of them can win. Do you want to go ahead and do it?
Here we go.
And you guys, thanks for joining us on Tuesdays. We have a super good time. I hope you do too. Try to keep our videos from 20 to 30 minutes. Mary Harris, you're the winner. Hooray. I have Mary's address, so you don't need to send me anything, but what you do need to tell me is, do you want card number 1, the Peach Pie and Old Olive, or do you want card number 2? If any of you have questions, if you'd like to do my next stamp camp, it's Lovely Garden Suite, $95, and it is on Saturday, May 3rd. It's an online stamp camp. Everything is free if you buy the suite from me with my host code. If we still have host codes, then we'll have to see about that. You can use host codes till the middle of March. It includes the bundle, the DSP embellishments ribbon, and decorative masks. And I've been studying the decorative mask, so I'm going to try to come up with something really cool. I know my demonstrator friends will come up with something cool. But you guys have a blessed week. Email me, Beth@stampingmom.com, if I can help you with anything, and hope to see you next week.